You want magic user?
I want. Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Magic user.
All right. So I'll put your sheet on the board in case you want it after. But uh, we've got your scores listed. We've got your class listed. Now you're gonna roll a four-sided die. So clear your dice tray. You're gonna use this four-sided one for your hit points, just like this.
Yeah, I know what a D4 looks.
Okay, so you're familiar. That's good.
Yeah. So how many D4s you want me to roll?
Just one.
Here goes my hit points.
Darn.
Hey, like I had to roll immediately die.
So in one hit, you'll die. All right. Go ahead and roll
Glass cannon
3d6
build.
for your money. So this is your copper pieces that you start with. You can use this to buy some gear. Nice.
14. Nice.
Alright, so you already start with a helmet and a set of clothes. You're gonna need a spell book. And you're probably gonna need some torches and a knapsack, so we'll get you that too.
Anybody get a 10-foot pole?
You want a 10-foot pole?
Alright.
Yeah, that's available. You can get one. So
Grab a 10-foot pole.
alright. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You also need a tinderbox. Tinderbox. Alright, so that's 8. Okay, you're down to 6 coppers. You'll need a weapon as well. So, what kind of medieval weapons are you interested in?
I don't need a quarterstaff.
You want a quarterstaff? Okay. Cost 2 coppers. If you want a sling with it, it costs 1 extra copper. So a sling allows you to wear it, so you don't have to carry it by hand.
Yes.
Okay, so you're down to 3 coppers. You'll need some supplies like food and water to survive. Maybe bandages if you're wounded.
Uh, well, I die in one hit point, so I don't need any bandages.
Yeah, I suppose you might not. There is a chance of survival despite being at 1 hit point if you take exactly 1 damage. At 0 hit points, you're considered wounded, and then negative hit points, you're considered dead. So, if you take only 1 damage, you might not die. And therefore, you'll need bandages to stop the bleeding. So,
I think I'll just do with some beer can water.
alright, so get some food and water.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll get you some rations, which don't go bad typically unless, or don't typically go bad easily, right? They don't spoil. We'll also get you a water skin. Just some basic supplies. Okay. Finally, you're gonna need a name for your character.
Doof.
Doof? Like DOOF?
Yes, like.
Okay, sure. So you're Doof. And, oh yeah, there's one more step actually. We have to get your spells. So in your spell book, you can have one spell of your choice. There are other options. You can also get 2 random spells or 2 Dungeon Master chosen spells, as if you had a mentor in the game world and they taught you spells, but you wouldn't get to pick your own spells though. So you could be self-taught. If you're self-taught, you get to choose your own spell. from the spell list, of course. So here's the list of spells you can choose from on my screen.
What page does it start with?
It's page B16.
Okay. I see, it's spells.
Yep.
Alright. Let's back spells.
So you can pick one of the first level spells.
Yes, can choose. Shield.
Shield? Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. It'll protect you in combat, so.
See what hold does.
Yeah, it's a pretty good utility spell. Decent for decent for certain situations against maybe traps or monsters and such. Alright. So yeah, you're ready to play. Just sit tight. I have to help the other players get ready too. Before I move on, do you have any other questions or concerns?
Let's get to dying.
Sounds good. Alright. Ethan, did you want to roll up a new character, right?
Yep, I have to.
Alright. So you can go ahead and use Albert too then. So start with your strength.
I'm excited. I've never used this before. Okay. 3d6 first roll. Off, good start.
Yep, a good
And-
start. Darn. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Woo!
nice. Okay,
Treating me right today.
3 good ones. Alright, decent.
I need one more, right?
Nope, that's it.
That's it? Okay,
Yeah.
that's not bad at all.
Alright, what do you think?
Clerk. That's the best I can do. Oh, I have 15 dexterity. What, 7 intelligence?
Clerics are very good against undead. Thieves are
And
very
they
good
have
at stealing.
I could be also a really good archer as a fighter, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, why not? Let's do fighter.
Okay. Hit points.
Yep, roll that d8. 2.
Oh, you got a +1 bonus.
Oh yeah, I got 3.
Money?
3d6 for combat.
Yeah.
Pretty good. 12.
Alright, and what kind of gear do you want?
Well, okay. So I have a helmet. So let's get myself armor first. A Gambleson. Cost, if I remember correctly, 5 copper.
Yeah, Gambeson's 5 coppers.
That leaves me with
You got 7?
7 copper left. How much is quickly look at what is a cheap normal weapon? Okay, so first things first, get me a sling.
Okay, sling.
Down to 9. And weapon. Get me a short sword. Let's go down to 4 copper. And
Well, a short sword costs 5
Yeah.
coppers, so you won't have enough for a sheath. Is that fine?
enough for a sheath.
Yeah, because you only have 5 coppers left, and a short sword is 5.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because I have to buy the pouch for the sling. Yeah.
Maybe a dagger or a spear instead, or an axe.
Yeah, get me
A spear.
yeah, spear. That would be good, right?
Yeah, those are good. All right, 1 copper left.
Get me some rations.
All right, so you're gonna have to pass these off to Doof to carry for you, since you don't have a backpack yet, or a bag.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I was looking at the new character sheets that you have and how to play. Don't you start off with knapsacks?
That's a possible variation. All I did was I switched out your shoes for a knapsack and torches. If you don't want shoes, you'll get a knapsack and torches instead.
That would work for me.
And then, of course, then your feet are prone to, of course, being cut or injured.
Cut, yeah. But this would be a where we sacrifice. I can buy shoes in the game.
Yeah, okay. So basically, just to let you know, in most terrain, your speed is halved though. Like in rocks, sharp terrain. The only time it's not is in like smooth terrain, like paths and maybe grass, you're fine. But forests and hills, you get half speed, and like mountains and rocks and caves, you get like 25% speed. Is that okay?
Let's just hand off my food to Doof then.
Okay. Yeah. So some groups will start without shoes, but those usually are for like people who are staying in town to do local jobs, right? They don't need shoes to be in the town. I mean, it's preferred, but
I don't
in a
need
cave
shoes. Let me just walk in shit.
or in the wilderness, yeah, you probably want some footwear. It will increase your mobility. Let's see. Okay, so in that case, yeah, you'll just pass off your food for now. Not too big of a deal. If it's alright with Doof, you're gonna carry 3 extra rations for the team. Right. So, Ethan, do you want to name this character, right? Or do you want to roll?
School.
Old school? Okay. So go ahead and roll a percentile die first. D100.
Yep. 100. It is a 57. Let me check.
Alright, so let me get the chart out.
It's 57.
So first roll is for your syllables typically. So you'll have 3 or 2 syllables. Roll a d6 and a percentile now.
D6 and a percentile. It's on the D6. That will be 18.
18 on chart 2 or number 2. Okay. 18. Bowl. So BOL is the first part of your name. Alright, roll again. D6 and percentile.
D6 and percentile. 10.
Okay, so 4 and a 6. Alright. So MER. Your name is BOLMER. The veteran.
Should have been dwarf.
Okay.
That is.
Alright.
That's good then, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's everything. And you're gonna play as this one today? BOLMER?
Yes, I'm gonna play BOLMER.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, so it looks like we have our team ready to go. In that case, we'll take a small 5-minute break before we start. But before we do any of you have any questions or concerns? We're about to go on a break.
No?
Okay, I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
Is this kind of like a one-shot thing or a weekly thing?
It's a pick up and play, so you play whenever you can. It's not normal campaign style. It's old school pick up and play style. So the campaign continues with or without you. When you're not playing, your character does his own thing. But when you're playing, your character goes on adventures. And that's when you can control them. Alright, I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
Alright, Angel, let me explain to you a couple things. So, unlike typically, everyone can use any armor, any weapon, anything. We're all trained to fight monsters, hunt treasure, and do all that. We have
Right. So be murderable for me.
kill every monster you see if you think we're capable of fighting it, because we're not going to be capable of fighting everything. We have a good, I say a decent crew. You have a magic user, which is you, and a thief. So that's a good crew. So will be mostly doing range stuff. I do say you should have picked sleep, in my opinion.
Okay, go on HP, mate.
Yeah, I understand that, but here's the thing: what sleep does is that you can put monster sleep up to their hit die, unlike 5e where it's to their HP. For example, a monster with 1 hit die, you only need to use 1. You need to roll only 1 hit of the die. Doesn't matter what their health is. They can have 8. You only need to roll a 1. And sleep is a 2 spell. So you roll to see how many hit dice you affect.
I mean, I can still change it out, right?
And then I don't think you can. And if we're able to put the monster to sleep, we can just insta kill it. It doesn't matter how much health it has. You can just stab it. It's defenseless.
Well, I have sleep for what it's worth, but you know, he is right.
You have sleep?
Yeah.
You're playing as Claire?
Yeah, no, as Ori.
Or oh, okay. Oh, thank God. I was worried. I thought you were playing Claire. My bad.
No, he just forgot to change the name from the last time, I think.
Okay. Perfect. We have sleep. Thank God.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, sweet baby, go to sleep.
Exactly what you do. A spell. Just go to sleep. Stuff. So it's gonna be me and Ori, if I'm saying the name correctly.
Let me get ready. What I'm pulling on?
We have here. What's that a wand?
A wand engraved with my actual yes.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Nice.
Name is Voldemort's wand, by the way.
Nice. Oh, is that good or bad? I know Voldemort's not a very good person. Are you Voldemort? Just grew hair.
This is official Hogwarts merch, by the way.
That's awesome.
From a shop in Manhattan, New York.
So me and we're gonna be protecting you, and I'm gonna be protecting us.
I have shield.
Mm-hmm. And unlike Shield, am I
Actually,
gonna
I have to try and make my Ruben Smear sports.
see the timer too? Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Ruben Smears.
Pretty platypus, I see you have come. That close enough? You sound like Mickey Mouse. Pretty platypus. Now you sound
Pretty platypus.
Now you sound like Jeffrey
I cast shield.
So what weapons do you have on you again?
A quarterstaff.
Quarterstaff, alright. So, not exactly the greatest weapon. It's like D2 damage, if I remember correctly.
It fits the theme.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think in a much different mindset in old school Dungeons and Dragons. But I'm going to assume that we are starting down somewhere around here.
At least I have a decent strength core.
So we're probably somewhere right around here. So we're probably going to travel up north, see what we can find up here.
Alright, gentlemen. It's been roughly 5 minutes, so let's get started.
Yes.
Alright, so you have recently formed a team of adventurers, known as a party of adventurers in this part of the world of Dungeons and Dragons. It is a sort of a peninsula here. You've arrived here at base camp just a few days ago, but you're new settlers. You're from the new settlement to the south. A large group of expeditionary men have set out to this peninsula north of their country and are beginning to, of course, explore inland and look for new territories and resources to bring back, right? And this is a chance for many kinds of prospectors and people to make a name for themselves and make some money, right? And you are a team of adventurers, so you're here to, of course, take on dangerous jobs for gold and glory, of course. Typically, you'll hunt monsters and treasures to do this. And recently, you've heard of dangerous animals in the wilderness just north of camp. Camp is out here on the shore in a mostly flat area, good for settling and basing a camp and such. And unfortunately, there's been trouble to the north. There have been a few attacks recently on some of the settlers venturing into the woods north of here, and they believe that the forest are infested with a large and dangerous bear population, and have been tracked down. This population has been tracked down to various caves out there, but the nearest cave is the main issue, because they believe that these bears are the most aggressive. Since we are protruding into their territory, venturing north into their forest, they have become very aggressive and have begun hunting our hunters, right, and anyone else who tries to venture into the forest north of camp. By the way, camp is down here to the south, right? So we've just arrived on the shores here just maybe a few weeks ago. You have arrived at base camp a few days ago, and you're one of the few teams that have been tasked out to hunt these bears down, right? There are not many capable men and women with your set of skills, right? But you've got some training, some past experiences that allowed you to have more skills than the average man, right? Like our fighter here has skill in fighting. He's superior at fighting enemies, especially those that are weaker or of less skill than he is, right? He can surpass them in fighting skill. He also is able to wear his armor very well. The magic user, of course, has the ability to cast a shield spell, right? Which can be very handy in a combat. And then our elf here, Ori, is both good at fighting and casting spells. Has 2 different spells she can memorize from, either sleep or read magic. So, with that said, what do you guys think? That situation is that you're in base, and the camp has asked that you guys, that your party might go out to hunt these bears down in the forest north of your camp. Any plans? Any ideas? Otherwise, the day is yours.
So, let's say we try to take. Do they specify what bear?
They are black bears.
Okay. Out of
curiosity, in old D&D, how many times can you cast the spells?
Once per day at level 1. So we have one sleep spell. Possibly, right? If Ori chooses that one.
Do we know in how much groups do these bears travel, or
You've heard about it. It's a high population of bears in the forest right now. So they want you to go out there and hunt them down. Secure the forest. They believe that there
are
might
they
be more
usually
than
in
one.
packs or alone?
They're usually together, apparently, right? It's a large population of bears in the northern country. Mother bears, their children,
okay.
and a lot of male bears in the hunting grounds, right?
Would be good of us to probably hunt down those bears. It would be a little tough, but I think we could possibly do it if we keep our distance from the bears.
It's keeping distance. That
Yeah.
sounds like a great idea.
So I say we go hunt some bears. Might be a little difficult for us, but I think we could do it. Black
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright then, so you've all agreed on hunting down these bears, it sounds like. And I suppose the next course of action would be, or the next step would be to decide your course of travel, right? Do you want to venture straight north into the bear country? Do you want to ask about the tracks and maybe you can follow them to the cave, or how do you want to approach the situation?
Let's ask someone about the tracks.
Okay, sure. So your party's headed over to some of the hunters. By the way, at any point, if anyone else has any other ideas, feel welcome to share it, right? But yeah, your team of 3 makes their way to some of the witnesses and the hunters that have tracked down the bears. They don't have perhaps the means or skill to take on a pack of bears, so they can tell you about the tracks. They'll tell you that they're not too hard to find, that the river that flows through the country, once you cross it, you'll enter the bear country. But the thing is, there's one cave on our side of the river that is a major threat. And if you follow the shoreline for some time northeastward of the river, you actually come across this cave, right? This cave is near the river. It's just basically kind of a branch. It's fed by a branch of the river, but it's not far off from the river. It's a bear lair, right, or a cave, a small bear cave, not too far from the river. So they've tracked down the bears there. If you follow the shoreline, you'll come across their tracks, and those tracks should take you to the lair. But if all else fails, perhaps one of the hunters could join you on your hunt at a cost of the treasure, a small share, right? Maybe they're asking for like a small portion of it, maybe just a small fee to escort you into the woods, right? Because it's currently dangerous, and I suppose that the hunter, you have to pay for his time and his skill, and he's willing to help you for maybe a copper piece, right? If you're willing. I don't know if
Fair
anyone has
price
any
for
money
that.
left over.
Work out.
Yeah, you guys have spent all your funds, I think. So you have no funds at the moment. Actually, no, wait,
I
Doof.
do.
Doof has 3 coppers. So he could pay for a guide.
I could afford the help of an additional hunter.
And this guy will help us fight too, or is he just helping us to track?
All he's doing is to help you get there. That's it. If you want him to do more, you'll have to pay him more. Actually, you'll sign a contract with him. And he is not trying to die, of course. But yeah, you go sign up a contract with him. If he is to be killed, please bring his remains back to his family, back to camp, where it can be passed on. And if possible, retrieve his corpse, right? Bring it back to base as well. Likewise, he is legally binded not to, of course, betray you or kill you either, right? There are lawful repercussions if either side, either party, of course, fails to comply with the contract. But standard contract of a guide means that he's just being currently hired to take you there, and that's it, right? Any further action will cost additional funds, possibly.
I wouldn't mind him having a portion of what we get from the bears. Are you guys fine with that?
I tire some manpower. I'm sorry, that was so bad. Such a bad impressions.
Yeah. So are you guys fine if we give him a portion try to help us fight the bears, like help us hunt the bears?
Yes.
Try. Yeah. You're fine with it, or?
Yeah.
Alright. So we if he wants some part of the treasure, he can join us in the fighting if he wants some of the copper we get from the bears.
Alright, sure. His name is Girish. He's one of the base hunters. And he's not willing to go into the cave, but he's willing to help fight if it's out in the open, right? As if he's a mercenary. And therefore, for payment, then, I suppose you'll have to negotiate. If he helps out with the fighting, right, he will get a share of the treasure, right? If he helps. Now, if he doesn't help out, you don't have to pay him extra fees, right? But
It's fair.
in the open, he's not willing to go into the cave, but he's willing to help out if you lure the bears out into the open, right? He can fight out on the surface, and he would expect maybe at least an equal share. Or maybe, yeah, at least an equal share or something like that would be fair. What do you think
That's fine with me.
of the spoils?
Contribution base sounds like a good way to go.
Not very brave. He's not brave enough to go into that cave, though, right? With a pack of hungry bears. So that's why you're here, right?
A wiser man than most. Like us.
Okay, so let me check his
A
reaction
fair
to this.
share.
Yeah, he wants something fair, so he's willing to help out with it. And yeah, if he ends up having to help fight and hunt these bears down with you, he expects or he's hoping to get at least a full share, right? So it'll be divided 4 ways. If you guys kill a bear out in the wilderness, you get 25% of the profit,
That's fair to me.
on top of the 1 copper piece that you pay him to escort you to the cave, guide you, right? Alright, so do we have a deal with this hunter, Girish?
Yes. Yeah.
Just noting it down for you.
Thank you. I will. Can I copy this somehow? Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so in that case, you've just hired on Girish. You've gathered intelligence at base about the whereabouts of the bears in the cave. Now, for your next move, are you ready to set out for the cave or something else?
Let's set out for the cave.
Alright, so your party of 3, along with Girish, begin traveling north through the grasslands here and into the forest. And as you begin exploring through the woods, Girish, has his bow ready. You might have your weapons ready, but now you're in the bear territories, right? So on your way there is actually a chance to encounter these bears. We'll check for it. Alright, so you safely were able to navigate your way through the forest, along the river, and track down the bears. Girish was able to find the bear tracks along the river, and he follows them to the cave, right? And you're able to approach the cave from a safe distance. First you spot it, naturally, And out here in the forest, I'll say that you spot it from a distance of 46 times 10 feet instead of yards, since we're in the forest. So we'll do 46 times 10 feet. So from 80 feet in the forest, right, you just barely are able to spot it. And he points out to you, right, through the tree line, you can see on the side of a hill is a cave entrance, right? And it's not too far off from the river, right? So perhaps it was, you can see like water flowing out from the cave, right? A branch of the river further north or further upstream flows into the cave from one side and out from this end, right? You're at the south side of the cave, right? So there are probably some bears living there, right? So at this point, Girish tells you that he'll wait out here and he'll shoot any bears that come out, right? But he'll get to a safe distance to shoot from. And you guys are free to go, right? So what's your next move? You've arrived at the cave. You're 80 feet away. So how do you want to proceed?
So,
We're on the scene. Yeah.
I say we get closer to the entrance. Everyone fine with that?
yes. I'm gonna prepare bow.
Prepare my sling.
Okay, so you
Prepare my...
prepare your weapons and such. For spells memorized, Ori, I suppose you want sleep, and then Doof, you have shield memorized.
Yes.
Oh, we should change your nickname. Let's see. Do you guys have perms to change your nickname, or not?
Yeah.
Okay,
I do.
you don't? Alright, I'll make sure you do then. Double check.
A lot more freedom than usual.
There you go. Okay.
I mean, I think you can. You've been able to. I just,
Okay.
yeah, okay. Yeah, it's still there. It should work. If you have the adventurer roll or higher, then you can. Okay, so you're currently south of the cave, 80 feet. You've prepared your weapons, and you begin approaching the cave, I suppose, right? Straight north to the cave entrance, or do you want to approach some other way?
I do have one quick question for you.
Sure. What's up?
Can I wield my sling and spear at the same time?
Yeah, you can. Now, it might take two hands to load the sling, though, but
Okay.
to fire it, it only requires one, so.
Okay, I see.
Alright. So, again, just a direct approach toward the cave, or how would you like to approach?
If we move quietly up there,
Sure, yeah. You can quietly approach the cave, maybe crouch movement.
So, we don't have torches.
Do we have torches? Let's see.
Chamber boxes and...
Yeah, you've got 5, Doof. Ori has 0. BOLMER has 0.
yeah, we're good.
Alright, so looks like Doof has prepared his quarterstaff and a torch, right? So you can see in the cave.
Mhm.
Alright, let me note this down. Status, quarterstaff, and torch. Alright, BOLMER equipped his sling and spear.
Sling and spear.
Then Ori equipped the
Longbow.
longbow. Okay. So you've just got to the entrance now. You're looking into the cave, and if you'd like, you can map it out. Otherwise, we can go theater of the mind. If you move theater of the mind, you can draw out your own map, but and you'll move a lot faster. But if you want to map it out, it will take time, right? Every time you reach a new area, your characters will stop to map, and I'll draw a basic map for you, basic map plan for you to look over. But otherwise, I'll just describe the situation first. And the cave entrance is only about 10 feet wide. It's a tunnel or the cave continues short distance into it, maybe about 10 feet north, and then there's a 10-foot intersection. From there, you can either proceed east or west. So far, it looks very empty, but you can clearly see bear tracks leading north and then west.
So, I say west. What do you guys say?
I am going to map out things, so you can draw something cool for us.
All right, you guys want a map plan? Okay. So
Yeah.
you will stop in. Doof has agreed to, or has suggested to continue west after the tracks, perhaps. But before we proceed, BOLMER takes the moment to start mapping out the area. So the whole party is halted, and we'll map out the area of the map we can currently see from our current position. And from out here in the cave, again, you can see that from the cave entrance, there's a 10-foot by 10-foot cave tunnel leading toward a 10-foot square intersection. From that intersection, you can continue east down a 10-foot tunnel or west down a 10-foot tunnel, right? And I'll draw this out for you. If you look at the very top of the screen, I'm going to open up Fog of War. Let's see. Do a Fog of War section.
04.
Alright, it'll be at the top of your screen. Should start be able to see the map in a moment. Ooh. That's cool. Alright, so I think you can kind of see a little bit of the map now. Yeah.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
So that's about all you can see from the entrance. It's just a T intersection, basically. The tracks head northwest. Let's see. Yeah, so the tracks are headed northwest. Let's see. Guess I can note this on your map real quick too.
1 foot wide. So 2 of us can fit in the front.
So we'll do. Yes.
Max.
Alright, so yeah. Notable tracks headed northwest through the cave. So far it's clear. No signs of any threats. Now that you've mapped out the area, what is your next move?
We follow the tracks.
You make your way in. And let me know if you want to
Yes.
map again, but at this point we're going theater of the mind again until you choose to map again. So and
Then,
you made your way down the first tunnel. You're at the T intersection now. You can see to the direct east some of the water that flows through the cave does reach that area just barely, but for the most part, it's just a bunch of stalactites and stalagmites. So that's toward the east. It seems to be a dead end though. And let's see. Toward the northwest, you can see that the tunnel continues northwest. So from the intersection, of course, it goes west for 10 feet and then north for another 10 feet and then west again, right? You can see that there's a strange growth in the far southwestern corner there. Looks like fungus and some bones and what smells like piss maybe, or shit, bear piss and shit. So it stinks pretty bad right there. That's in the corner.
Gross.
So if you want to check that out, you're welcome to. So some animal waste near the entrance, maybe to deter you, right? So that's in the corner though, so they've been pooping in that corner, or pissing and pooping. All right, how would you like to proceed? Further northwest or something else?
Fungal growth too.
Yeah, it's like fungus growing among it, right? Among all that shit and piss. Some mushrooms sprouting out from it.
Alright, yeah. So, following
Proceed.
the tracks. Yeah, proceed.
Yeah.
Right. And let's see if we can surprise our encounter up here. Let's go and roll for it. Why did it turn white? Oh. Clear. I can't see the dice on my screen.
Yeah, maybe refresh.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. It's back. Alright, so we're going to check for surprise. We are approaching. Are we surprised? 2 in 6 chance. Yes. Are they surprised? 2 in 6 chance. No. So they're ready for us. And that means as we rounded the corner, they were able to take an action before us, right? So as we turn the corner, counter distance, typically, if possible, up to 2d6. I mean, we are surprised though, so I think it's even shorter of a distance. Yeah, it'd be like, let me double check. Counter distance. Alright, in the dungeon, if surprised, we'll do, instead of times 10, just feet instead. 2d6 feet away. So about 10 feet away is our encounter distance. So as you round the corner, they were ready and they immediately charge your position, right? A large black bear charges down the cave tunnel toward our crew, and it takes an action before we can even act. They act quicker, faster than. So basically, it was right as we turned the corner, it came slamming into us, right? So you round the corner and it just like comes running toward us, like out of nowhere almost, right? Just point blank, just lunges at the first guy who steps in. And who was the first one to? Who was leading the crew?
It would be me.
BOLMER? Okay.
Yeah, BOLMER.
So BOLMER, it crashes into you, and you were trying your best to stand guard, but due to its speed and the angle of the corner, it was able to surprise us, right? Take that first move. Yep. And you see him charging toward you, and I suppose you might have your spear ready, so despite having the surprise, I would say I'm going to let you brace the spear against him as you round the corner. You have one chance to stab him before he crashes into you because you chose a spear, which is a very good choice of a weapon against a bear.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll an attack anyway, despite the surprise. You're just holding your spear sturdy, and he might run through your spear. Alright, so you ran into your spear, and now you get to deal damage. So you got to deal a total of 1d6 damage.
1 damage
and because you're a
That's
fighter,
stamina.
you have fighting skill. In our game, fighting skill either allows a +4 to hit if you miss, so you can possibly hit, or if you already hit, you'll take double damage. So you can that's only against a lower hit die monster actually. So
Lower hit die.
yeah, this one has a lot higher hit dice. So in that case, it's just a 1 damage. You just nicked him, right? And
That intercept.
it does intercept it, but it's a very large creature, and it's charging you. So you nicked him. Possibly though, with all that weight, I'm gonna say there's a chance that he snapped your spear. So a 2 in 6 chance he has broken your spear upon impact, during the charge, or at least taking your spear away. So 2 in 6, 1 or 2 means that your spear is lodged in him, right, or broken. All right, so it's fine. You just nicked him, just sliced him into him, as he gets halted by that first initial charge, right? Let's see if you can hold your ground from the impact of his charge. So roll in this case, a forced open doors check, right? So 1d6 to double the amount of weight you can hold. And if you pass, you're able to hold your ground. Otherwise, you're kind of like pushed back, like staggered.
That's fine. Perfectly fine.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pushed back and staggered.
So yeah, you're staggered, right? He ran into your spear, you halted his charge. But you're staggered. Like upon his charge, he didn't get to move too much, but you get staggered eastward, right? And then as that happened, you realize that there are 2 other bears in there, making their way out. Looks like well, not 2 other bears, but like maybe a few other bears, right? You're not too sure how many are in there. You can hear younglings though, so you're in a den, right? So this might be a mother bear or father bear, who knows, right? And then you can hear the cubs further in. So they're very aggressive, right? Does not give you any chance to negotiate or talk. And as soon as it slams into you and you get staggered, you're gonna step forward and start stabbing again, or something else.
I am going to back out.
Back out. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
in
get
that
out
case,
of the cave. Keep it at distance. Trying to draw it outside.
you start to back out, right? Get some space from it. And as you're doing that, Doof, you see
Yes.
that BOLMER's backing out. So do you want to back out too? It's our turn now, right? So that was surprise round. But it's round 2 now.
Shield.
Cast shield? Okay. So you're casting shield as BOLMER's backing out. And then Ori, are you gonna cast sleep, or you wanna back out too, or something else? Or do you wanna take a shot?
There's more bears.
Clearly, yeah. We can hear a lot more bears. But they're big, so only one of them has reached our crew at the moment. Only one bear has reached us. There are a few others behind him, and, or it. You wanna
Tactical retreat.
tactically retreat? Is that what you said?
Yes, I should.
Okay, so just kind of back out of the cave. Keep your eyes toward the bears, right? Bow and arrow ready. All right, so.
Well, I want to shoot.
You want to shoot? Okay, so from where you're standing in the cave, you're in the tunnel, and in order to shoot, you'll have to step out around the fighter who just stepped in to the northwestern tunnel, and I got attacked. So you have to go around him to take a shot, or you can wait for him to back out and then take a shot if the bear gets any closer. But from where you're currently standing, which is further back with your bow and arrow, you don't have a line of sight. So you can get one, but if you get one, it might expose you to melee, right? So do you want to back out?
I'll just back up.
Or, yeah, because currently the only way you can shoot is to advance. You have to advance first, and then you can shoot. Alright, so you're going to back out, have your bow ready to fire. If they come to your line of fire, I'll let you get a shot off. Alright, so that's combat round 1. The only actions was supposed to be just the bears and any ready actions. So that would be, of course, BOLMER. He had a ready spear. Round 2, of course, is when you guys can actually take actions along with the bears. So both sides are taking actions. What actually starts to happen this round is basically Ori, of course, carefully begins to back out, looking for any signs of a chance to fire. As he's doing this, Bulmer, you are starting to back out, but you realize Doof is in the middle of casting a spell. Do you want to leave him behind to cast a spell, or do you want to stay a little longer and protect him as he casts shield?
It takes so long to get healed.
It takes 10 seconds, and you can't do anything else but cast. Otherwise, your spell fails. So, you're casting it in the cave. So it takes 10 seconds to cast it, right? So Bulmer has to wait 1 round to protect you and cast, so you can cast it. Otherwise, if he leaves you, you will be crushed by the bears, more than likely.
I can't move while casting.
You can't move while casting in D&D BX.
Oof.
Can I back up to a point where the bear, where I can still stab the bear if it comes charging? So I can intercept it again.
Yeah, you can just hold your ground and just brace your spear again for the next impact.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay.
Brace.
Alright, so you ready your spear,
Attack.
and he comes toward you again as the magic user is casting shield, and the elf is falling back, right? And the bear, of course, after that first hit that it took for 1 damage, we're going to check how many hit points he has. And he's a lot larger, so he actually takes half hit points, or you do half damage to these guys. So,
But I get higher to hit.
yep, you get a +4 to hit. They're easier to hit, but they're harder to kill, right? So the black bear, he, typically has 4 hit dice, but takes half damage, so it's almost as if he has 8. Let's see. So this first one we are fighting up against has 12 left, or I'm not supposed to tell you that, but yeah, he's got like 12 hits left, right? So just note that down.
Having the spears, I'm so glad I got the spear except for short sword.
Alright. So the first bear, of course, the one you nicked, comes charging toward you. Before it can reach you, you get another initial attack. If you miss, you can't intercept him, and he'll get past your spear, and then at that point your spear is useless. But if you hit, you will intercept him again, and they can't advance. So go ahead and roll to hit. Another hit, right?
Hit.
And 1d6 for damage.
Since I'm doing half damage, do I only do D4 or D?
Just roll a d6 anyway, and then I'll have it after.
Yeah, D3. Okay,
Okay,
do
so
1 damage.
The minimum was 1, yeah.
1 damage at a time.
So 1 damage at a time. Yeah, so you nick him again, and his action is to do try to break past your intercept. At this point, he's just running through the spear, right? He doesn't care. So if you look at the interception rules, right, the enemies can not be intercepted if they take double damage. So he's going to take double damage, just basically skewer himself, but will close the distance, right? At the cost of taking double damage, he gets to close the distance and actually do damage now. So he's very aggressive.
That's
and,
what I thought was going to happen.
right, as what you would imagine a bear would do, right, in real life, possibly a very aggressive black bear. So he just runs through the spear despite being skewered by it. There's a chance your spear is disarmed or breaking after the impact, so I'm going to roll for that. 2 and 6. Alright, so your spear is fine. It's still in your hand. It just kind of, you freed it quickly. You nicked him. It just another slice, right? It doesn't get stuck or lodged or broken. And he runs into you, right? And he crashes into you, and his attack is just a maul and bite. So he's just mauling at you and biting at you. Your first bear encounter as the magic user is casting sleep, or not sleep, shield. And let's see if we can survive this. So.
I have a -4 to hit, correct? I'm smaller.
Yeah, so you are considered smaller than this black bear. So yeah, he'll have a lower chance to possibly hit you.
Oh yeah.
In standard attacks, right? And then of course, but if he does hit you, he deals double damage, right? So.
Mm-hmm. So
Right.
I'm cooked. I should have backed out.
So you try to roll out of the way, try to squirm your way free, as the black bear begins to tear into you. About a 6 foot tall black bear. All right. Actually, maybe
Just get shot.
maybe black bears are not larger. They're about the same size actually. So I think I'm gonna rule that this black bear is not considered larger than you. So all your attacks have been dealing full damage instead. But I think you only been rolling once, right? So
Yeah, I've been rolling one just to keep it
Right.
backed off.
so I'm gonna say, because in the description it says it's 6 feet, so I'm gonna say it's roughly the same size as a man, because it's only considered larger once it's twice your size, so or higher. So
Okay, yeah.
uh,
That wasn't too small.
not too big of a change, but yeah, basically he won't get a -4 to attack, but he also won't get double damage. It's just gonna be basically a normal attack. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
And then yeah, you only have been dealing 1 damage anyway, so right.
So
Let's
then
see.
he takes 2 damage instead of 1 because he's taking.
Yeah, so he's
double
at 10 hit points right now. And he's making his first attack against you. He has a total of 2 attacks and 1 bite attack. Alright, and he has a +3 to hit due to his fighting skill.
Oh.
Alright, so the first attack is a 6, +3 is a 9. You have armor class of, I think,
I have
8.
a 7 because I have a helmet and gamble suit.
Oh, yeah, so, yep. Helmet and gamson and a dexterity bonus. So you're down to a 6. Oops, wrong.
Oh
Oh,
no, my dexterity.
AC is 6. Okay, so
I'm fast as a bear.
alright. That 6 + 3 should be a miss. Yeah, so the first claw attack is a miss. Alright, let's go for the second claw attack. And believe that he does have fighting skill against you, because he's considered like a fighter. So he has higher hit dice. So that first attack would be barely a hit, possibly actually. So it's a 9 with a +4 to hit. So it's gonna be a 13 total, which is just enough on the dot to hit you.
So it has +3.
Yeah, so he hits you just barely. That first claw attack just barely nicks you due to his fighting skill.
Okay.
So yeah, most of the enemy NPC classes are considered just fighters. They get the fighting skill as well. So
Yeah.
Alright. So he's gonna hit you for 1d6 damage from a claw. No, 1d3. 1d3 damage from a claw. So
I have
half.
a really good chance of.
Alright, so that's considered 2 on a d3. So
I have 1 health.
you survive the first blow. Alright, here comes the second attack. Alright. The second attack, yeah, might kill you. Let's check the damage out. Alright, so that's 1 damage. So just enough to bring it to 0. So you're now downed. You're dying at the moment. And finally, the maul attack, right? He bites you. So he clawed you down, and then he just rips out your spine, basically. With that final attack is just an auto kill after you're wounded. So unfortunately, BOLMER's the first casualty, right? He gets crashed into by a bear and mauled to death, right, by a black bear. So he's on the ground. This black bear is holding him down, right, ripping out his back, right. As that's all happening, Doof was able to get off his shield spell. Makes himself a lot harder to hit. But you might want to start running away. The fighter is down. The elf has retreated to cover. Elf Ori, you backed out. You can see the bear since it approached us, right? You were able to let off a shot actually, as you backed out because it had advanced. So go ahead and roll a hit, Ori. See if you can shoot the bear.
Alright. Be convenient if it could also intercept. No.
Yeah, possibly. Since it charged, you can possibly deal double damage, maybe. Since it charged, because interception, how it works is it halves the enemy's speed, but it might have been too close anyway. Got a 13. Okay, so The spear is able to halt it possibly, but I don't know about an arrow. Can daze it if it can half its speed, but it wasn't that far, so even with half speed, it would still close the distance.
Fine.
The arrow, 13, with bonuses included, still hits. So go ahead and roll damage. Should be D8 for damage with the longbow. 6. Okay. Pretty good hit. That was a shot in the neck area, more than likely. So that was a pretty darn good hit. But the bear's still alive. It's definitely a lot lower on hit points now, though. So it's pretty badly wounded at this point. It's not dying yet, though. So the bear is wounded now. And now we're going into combat round 3. So for combat round 3, or you want to keep shooting it from where you're at, further back near the entrance, or something else?
Yep, I'm gonna shoot it.
Just keep shooting. And then Doof, you can hear the other bears behind this one moving forward, trying to get into range to fight. Do you want to start fighting with your quarterstaff, backing out, or something else?
I wish I could help my friends, but I don't have any way to heal them. Try bunking somebody with a quarterstaff.
Alright, you'll try to bunk it with the quarterstaff. So, for this round, after the bear finished mauling and killing BOLMER, and then for the remainder of the adventure, Ethan, you can spectate or head out at this point. Thanks for playing, brother. Sorry for your loss.
What's gonna happen? I want to see.
So, Doof, you know, you're going to roll an attack roll soon, but the bear that just killed him turns to you next, and it's about to attack you, possibly. Actually, it's wounded, so I'm going to say it's going to make a morale check. Either the morale check is going to be if it's going to attack you, or if it's going to just maybe take cover after a bit wounded, because he's got friends to help him. So he's pretty badly wounded. He just got shot by an arrow. So morale check. He's not going to retreat either way. It's just what he's going to do next. So he doesn't have the discipline, or he doesn't have the courage to keep pushing forward, but he'll hold his ground and take cover, right? So like, he bites down and drags BOLMER further into the cave, into cover, right? So like, bites down and just drags him away, as the other bears, the fresh ones, the ones who haven't been attacked yet, charge forward. And this next one is just another large bear, large black bear. There's another, there's no other ones behind this one. It's just this one left. And you can hear the cubs further into the cave, right? So, but this larger one comes forward, and you can hear cubs further back. Who knows how old they are.
I can't shoot it anymore?
You'll be able to shoot this next one, possibly. Or you can possibly shoot the one that you just shot as he drags off the corpse. But there's a new one coming in, right? So, for the new one, Doof, do you wanna bonk the one that's retreating, or do you wanna bonk the one that's charging toward you?
Heading towards me.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and move out.
Back up and move. All right, fighting withdrawal.
Just like, boink.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah. So, back up and swing. Right. All right. Keep your distance.
Yep.
All right. Both of you go ahead. Roll the hit. So 1d20.
Am I rolling it for?
Yep, you're rolling it. You both will roll the 20-sided die to see if you can hit it.
For the new bear?
I think I hit.
So, Doof hits, and then Ori, let's see if you can hit. All right, Ori, possibly a miss. Did you shoot at the one retreating or the one charging?
The one charging.
Okay, so your arrow misses that one, and then hits the wall behind it. So you get a misfire. I forgot to track arrows, but you're down 2 arrows, because you only fired twice so far, right? So, all right, this is round 3. Round 3, Doof ended up bonking this charging bear. He landed a hit, so his damage, I think quarterstaff. Let me double check the damage.
Probably
deals
40%.
1d6 in 2 hands. So go ahead and roll 1d6. It's subdual damage, so like blunt damage.
Full swing ahead, people.
3 damage to
3
the fresh
damage.
one. Alright, let's check out how many hit points he has. They have 4d8 hit points. 18, so you did. What was it? Let's see. Was it you rolled 4 damage, right? Or
That's 3 damage.
3 damage? Okay, yeah, sorry. History, 3 damage. Okay. Alright, so you did 3 damage, and he's got 15 left then. So he's pretty strong still, this new bear.
We about to die in here.
So our poor magic user, we got our elf, got our dead fighter.
Mhm.
He had a spear, right? So he's up here.
Yeah.
He's being dragged off into the dark. And then we had our magic user in the front. We had a quarterstaff. So we'll do.
We bonking people at level 1.
So basically, yeah, this bear came charging you. You bonked for 3 damage. So he's like
Insight stepped it.
15 out of 18 hit points, and then yeah, you backed out. You step back, or you trying to like back away, sidestep him as he charges you, and he starts clawing into you, just starts swinging on you, right? So you bonked him, and despite that, he pushed forward, and your blow couldn't really intercept him too much because he was too close anyway. So yeah, he just charges through your bonk and starts slicing through you with his claws. His first claw attack is a nat 1, and possibly that's a mishap. So that claw ends up, we'll say, he like you sidestep, so I guess when he clawed at you, he maybe falls over, almost trips. He's got to make a saving throw to not fall over. I'm gonna say a 2 in 6 chance, like a trap. He overextends and ends up like tripping over himself right as he claws, like stumbling. All right, so he's fine, but that claw definitely missed, and like he like wobbled from that swing. And the second claw attack, with your shield bonus on, because you have a magical bonus right now, your shield spell.
Yes, I think it's +4 against enemy tanks and +2 against missiles or something like that.
Yeah,
I can see.
I'll double check here. Shield, arm class 2 against missiles, arm class 4 against other attacks. So basically the bonus is lower arm class is better. So from 9 to 4 would be a 5 bonus in melee. So you get a -5 arm class bonus in melee combat. So you went from arm class 8 to arm class 3 with your magical shield. And an 11 is with his bonuses to hit though, he gets a +3 from his fighting skill, or no, +7 total. So he's got 18 against your armor class of 3. Which means he still hits you. He breaks through your magical shield with a powerful blow from his claw. And
I got negative AC. I almost went into negative AC.
almost, yeah. For missiles, it's really the shield spell is super good against missiles, and it's pretty good against melee. But his claw attack is too powerful and goes through your magical shield, unfortunately, in melee. and ends up hitting you for 6 damage, and he crushes you into the wall with 1 slash, right? So he slashed our poor magic user into the wall, right? And the mistake here was standing to fight, or standing our ground and fighting, right? That was the mistake.
Yeah.
So
Which my camera? Which my camera?
okay, sorry, brother. Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
You have been killed in action today as well. Oh, he's just blasted back to the far end of his room. All right. Yeah, the bear just threw you into the wall, right? Just pummeled you into the wall with his claw. And it's unfortunate. The elf here sees that bear just tear through his friends. Is he gonna stick around and keep shooting, or is it time to retreat?
Perhaps you should say it's time to retreat.
All right, so the mission was failed.
Um,
Ori, wait, is that what you said? Retreat or fight to the death or
Yeah.
something else? Okay.
Yeah.
Retreat.
I have to retreat. Sorry.
All right, so Ori tries to live to tell the tale at the very least, right? Report back to what happened out there. And yeah, so I guess for starters, you know, I'm sorry we lost. I guess.
Don't worry. It's not my mistake. I had to help my friend.
Yeah, you stayed back to hold the line. I guess the shield spell is pretty good, but probably should cast it before we entered, or outside the cave in safety. There was a small little mistake there. Getting outside would have been good. Having a choke point would be really good too, because the bears, if you can choke point them, fight one at a time, right? Funnel them. Spellcaster could have at least taken 1 bear, right? With the sleep spell.
I also said, I don't think Doof knew that I took a turn.
Oh yeah, that's also a small mistake. He didn't know that part. Sorry, I probably should have informed you on that. That it takes 1 round to cast a spell, 10 seconds. So if you would have known that, you might have not done that. But
Yeah, I definitely not.
I would have. They wouldn't have to stay and fight. Okay, I'll be honest. If you were not my friend, I would have just left your ass.
all right. But today the story ends the bad ending, right? So our elf Ori gets back to town.
Goof.
Yeah, the first expeditionary team to hunt down the bears lost, right? They failed the expedition, so. But Ori lives to tell a tale. We wounded one of the bears at least, so maybe next time we come back it's gonna be wounded still, right? Because it takes time for them to heal as well, right? It takes a few days to heal those light injuries from the arrow and the spear that nicked him a couple times, right? So yeah, thanks for playing, gentlemen. I hope you had fun. You guys have any questions or concerns? That's pretty much the end of the game tonight.
Learned something about not casting spells.
Okay, yeah, he's new. He didn't know that part. The casting duration. So small mistake there. We had some pretty good moves though, right? We chose the right weapons. Spears and bows are very good. Certain spells are very good, right? Like a sleep spell is good. A shield is pretty good if you want to hold the line in melee. But without additional armor, it's kind of not that good, right? So, like a shield spell on top of body armor and such, it's super powerful. But
Is it just on self, or can you cast on other people?
typically, it's only on yourself. However, if you want to cast it on someone else, it can be done at a cost, right, of its normal effectiveness, right? So there has to be a trade-off, yeah. So it possibly could be casted on someone else, but with some small additional cost, right? So.
And I do have one more question.
Yeah.
So the bear was getting a +3. Where
The +3 came from its THAC0, its hit dice. It was a 4 hit die monster, so it gets +3 THAC0. And then +4 from fighting skill. So total +7, yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
That was a level 2 fighter. That's just save stuff.
Yeah, black bears have 4 hit dice, so they get +3 at default from THAC0.
I see.
Alright, so, and then due to our fighting skill, right, that all fighters get, including monsters without a class, right? They get +4 to hit or double damage, so against lower hit die enemies. Alright, so yeah, we saw how we learned for post game. So we did pre-gaming, we did gameplay, and now post game, the end of the game. To wrap it up, unfortunately, you got back to town. You reported in to the camp that BOLMER and DOOF were killed in action, and as a consequence, of course, there's not many consequences to their deaths, really, but maybe at the very least, the bears get some food now. They get skill, right? Because of their deaths, the bears gain more confidence and will lose more territory with each lost expedition. You guys are, of course, an outside force that helps the realm, helps in the realm of D&D. The more players we get, the more outside forces we get to help our game. And the only thing we lose is when we lose games, the mission just gets harder, right? The situation just gets more and more difficult every time we lose. So now that the bears won the first battle, next time, of course, the bears might gain new territory, right? And might be more numerous or more spread out, right? Like they might own more of the force or be more aggressive, right? So, and of course, we have fewer men and fewer resources then. So, with two guys killed in action, that's just 2 less men able to fight, which means basically less resources, less manpower, right? Now every time you play, you get a new character as a reward, so you're bulking or increasing manpower every time you choose to play. But as a consequence as well, the enemies are also increasing as well. For every player we get with a new character, the enemies also increase in numbers as well. So, especially if they win. If they win the battles, they get even more. So, yep. Alright. I think that'll be it. So, thanks for playing, gentlemen. We might play again if you guys want, in an hour or two, if we got enough players. But otherwise, sorry about the loss tonight.
I have to go. It's almost an hour.
Yeah.
That'll be 9:26. I have to go to bed at fucking 10. I won't.
Okay, yeah, no worries, bro. Have a good night. Take care, guys.
I want to. Have a good night.
I'll see you next time. Yeah, take care.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
All right. So, what did you think? Oh.